Awesome.
I
We're going.
explicitly do consent to this recording.
Woohoo! Anyway, I'm not gonna go too in depth over what happened last session. But effectively, the main points were Thandor and Irvine had a conversation about the well-being of the troop and Ivan in particular. Thandor definitely 100% instilled confidence in Irvine, and then we moved on to Flynn and Ivan talking to Danelle, trying to persuade him into not burning the field and in general not letting the village become industrialized by the Imperial mages, as had been done in the past with another city called Borlas, another village called Borlas, which is now a city. That definitely, well, you thought the conversation probably ended on a high note and then woke up the next morning to the field basically being threatened to burn anyway. So as we said before session, rather than trying to prove guilt, you're now trying to prove innocence by making sure that this field isn't fucked up, which it unfortunately is. As you guys went with Mara and Kieran, Danel's children, as well as Braylon, in order to investigate the field, at which point you were attacked by some, it's a spirit that is a combination of, plant and undead, as you dealt with, it's like this vine growing out of some, just general rodents. You were able to effectively deal with one of those by effectively, I think Flynn, you chopped the flower off one of the bodies of this creature, which was spewing pollen that was affecting people. And we ended with 3 more of these, you effectively noticing 3 more of these creatures kind of pop up as there's a shifting in the weaves of the field. 2 of which are heading towards in your general direction, and 1 of which is currently moving away from your direction. As you notice, around the you guys have been dealing with the fight. Around the field is still a big crowd of people who are trying to understand what the fuck was going on in the morning. And despite whatever, you guys being flailed around by this creature, they haven't really left. They've backed up, but they haven't left. If I remember correctly, I think I think you guys were split into 2 groups, but I don't remember how the groups panned out.
I think we kind of merged at the end, didn't we?
Ooh, yes.
We were in. Yeah, because we were. Whoever I was with, I think I was with the NPCs. We went and found the hub, the flower bit, and Flynn found a vine which led back to the flower hub that we were at, and then that's when the rats jumped out.
Yeah, because I made it glow, and then we folded back to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was also there.
Yeah. I think Braylon at this point, you guys had, for the most part, got wiped out, but then you have helped him since get back up. And as he stands back up, he looks over to Rosalind, who's waiting outside the field nearby where the crowd is, and kind of shouts over them and is like, "Rosalind, get help!" And will face back to you guys and be like, we need to clear this field. We need to get out of this field. We are sitting ducks in here.
I like to call out to Rosalind, get non-flaming help. There is spores and pollen. We do not need this spreading. And then yes, we should get that. Agreed.
I'm gonna ask you to roll a. I'm gonna ask you to roll a a knowledge, and a presence.
The knowledge. Oh, knowledge is a D6. That is a 4 for knowledge, and then that is a 9, 12 for presence.
So I think as you scream out to Rosalind to avoid fire-based help, I think you see Rosalind kind of caught between what Braylon would want and what you've just said. So you're not really convinced her fully, but there is you have to some extent overpowered the authority that she would generally listen to. With your knowledge check, I think a 4 is enough to know that it is you are partially correct in thinking that you don't want the pollen to spread, but I think you also understand that the only way to realistically get rid of this thing is to torch the field.
Well, I don't need. I'm still on the fence about that. So Ivan's on the fence about that. So he's just going to try and spread the word that fire is bad still in this instance. And
with the crowd around the field still, it would definitely be bad to do that now. But to actually fully get rid of this, whatever this creature is, it is a spirit to some extent, but it does have some physical aspects to it. To actually get rid of it, you would need fire. Put that.
Okay. Just a controlled flame. A controlled flame. We burn the creature and the creature alone, not the field.
So that is Braylon. That is Braylon speaking. It would then have been you in order. So yes, you see two of these. I don't know if you can tell. I don't think they're rats specifically using them. A bit larger.
They're wood mice.
Yes. One of them is a large creature that I don't know if you can determine just because of how badly it's been ruptured from the inside.
Oh, pleasant.
Joy.
So it is now you, Ivan, and I will give you the opportunity to kind of do what you want in this situation.
Okay.
Are we still next to one that's... Is it still alive, the one that we're on, or is it dead-ish?
I will...
So we've got... The flower was cut off, but I don't remember if it's... I think it's still alive? I don't remember.
I will... Either Ivan will have to make a check for that, or you'll have to wait for your turn, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's all good.
I will make a check on that, because I wanna see if there's a way to, without fire, kill these creatures. So we took off the flower. I'm wondering if that's like a nerve hub, if that's like the parasitic connection point. Like I would like to make some kind of knowledge. Like, ooh, I'm not smart though.
I would let this be. I think this would be a wit, or you can argue it's a cunning, to gain to understand the creature rather than to basically to have knowledge.
Yeah, I would like to make a cunning then. Can I add empathetic to it?
I'm going to say yes, you can.
Excellent. That's what I like to think. Empathetic exploded. So that's 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9.
9 overall. Okay.
A 9 overall.
Removing the flower of this creature, you see that it is still moving. So it's not dead. I think you understand that its main facet of attacking you has been removed, so it's less dangerous, but it's still alive.
And it still has the intent to harm us.
It still has the intent to harm. The other thing that you notice is, I think, with your empathetic and understanding of this creature, the way it is throwing itself at you like this signifies to you that this isn't an integral part of its body. Like, it can give this up to some extent and still survive.
Okay.
So I'll say what you notice more so than that, kind of with those combined, is that this creature is attached to something much deeper with a vine that is going through its body. So you would surmise that cutting that vine would probably prevent whatever this is from attacking you. But you don't. I don't know. I don't think you. I think you would understand that it probably wouldn't stop the entire thing.
Yeah, the consciousness of this creature is elsewhere.
Yes.
We're just doing the potential of it. Okay. I will convey. The creature itself is not here. This is a manifestation of it. However, removing the flowers will make them less dangerous to us. So focus on that. And then, if I do get to do anything else, I would like to try and cut the flower off one of the other two, if they also look similar and have like the flower on the back of them and whatnot.
I'm going to say just because you made that check, you won't be able to do it this turn.
That's fair, but I'll wind up to maybe do that on my next turn unless things change, which I'm sure they won't.
Awesome. Then following you, it will be Flynn.
All right. The two that are coming towards us, how close are they, roughly?
They're
are
about...
Are they on us?
Not on you currently. They're about like 3 or 4 meters away.
Oh, okay. Still pretty close.
Yeah.
Oh, what can I try and do? It seems I'm kind of right next to the one that's on us. Would I be able to... Oh, how dry is the field? Is it very dry? Would it catch fire super easily, or is it still a little bit wet? Would I be able to contain a small flame?
It's still a little bit wet. I will let that be determined by a roll. So if the roll goes well, then you can contain it, but if it doesn't, it might lead to more consequences.
Okay. Oh, maybe I'll save that for next turn. I will attempt to then, the two that are coming towards us, like how I've done with making barriers and shields and stuff, I will attempt to kind of enclose them, if that's possible, just to stop them from kind of traveling further towards us. See if I can enclose them in a little barrier.
Ooh, yeah. Roll a... What are we gonna say this is? You can roll a will for this, for a barrier. Will? Yeah.
Oh, grand.
And then add your magic.
A will, that is very good. Will plus magic. That is... Hold on, I'm rolling on the floor because I'm in bed right now.
That's good.
Oh, not great. 6, 7. That's a 9 total.
A 9
Roll 2
total.
ones.
I'll say with a 9 total, you're able to keep one. Like from pushing further, as you see, like this, like what is the shape that? Is it hexes that like a honeycomb is?
Yeah. Hexes.
Yeah. You see like an apparition of that, like push one of them away, but the other is able to like effectively dodge the magic as it is being cast, and is able to slip past.
Okay, that's cool. Will I have the ability to do much else on my turn, or will that be... I'll be happy if that's it.
It depends on what else you would like to do.
At best, because I have the Argentum... Is that what they're called? I think.
Yes.
Farentum daggers. At best, I'll either try and like slash through the vine that Ivan had pointed out, like the connection point, or I will hand that off to one of the two. I'll hand off to like Thandor or something who could.
Please, I need something.
Yeah, I would say you.
Oh, do you not have a weapon, Thandor?
No. I'm just
Okay,
a
I will.
dude. You guys have
Okay,
got
I
magic and shit. I just have to run at them.
Okay, I will give you the magic anti-spirit dagger, one of my two.
This.
You're not nude. You're in the leather quarantine suit, the leather hazmat suit.
Oh, that's,
True.
At least
I
he's
said
not
I'm
nude.
just a dude, but yeah.
Just a dude, not in the nude.
Well, we all hear
said I was Theresa
we all
May
hear
in
what
it,
we want to hear.
which
Okay.
I think is a joke I made in previous session.
I think you made that last session as well, the Theresa May joke. But thank you.
Awesome.
It's just
So,
stuck in my mind. Why did she say that?
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
but
I'll say that, and like, your own attack will have to wait till your next turn, but you can easily hand
Yeah,
the
that's
dagger
fine.
to Thandor.
I will hand off one of them to Thandor then, because you need it.
Awesome. Speaking of which, it is now you, Thandor.
I'm going to run to intercept the one that hasn't been trapped in the magic and attempt to like grapple it this time. But I'm going to do so very scaringly, with big shapes with my because I look quite scary.
So true. Yeah, I will. I mean, that can be a. Oh, grappling would be a strength or constitution.
I don't know which one of those I'm better at. I think strength.
Strength is a d6. Constitution is also d6, so they're both the same.
Is my scariness going to contribute to how likely they are to?
Yes, I will allow it to contribute, so you can use your, I'm assuming, deceiving demeanor.
Sleeping to me. Hello, friend. I want a hug. Wow, that's great.
Damn. Okay. So, you don't manage to grapple it fully, but seeing seeing as you do interpose between it and like moving further, it does like stop in front of you.
I'll take that. With my newfound thoughts of thinking I could probably take a few more hits than I thought last session. I don't know where this is coming from. But newfound courage. I'll face it up. But yeah, I think I'm kind of stuck there.
For some reason, I feel I can take more hits than I could 5 minutes ago.
I feel stronger. It's like I've leveled up in a video game.
Awesome. Okay, then
Thandor
it
thinks
is.
to himself, canonicizing he's played video games.
Then it's the vine. The multitude of these creatures. The one that is directly opposing you, Thandor, is going to just like you see. All of these like different all the two that have now popped up do also have like their own like big flowers. You see the one from you, rather than using that flower, is going to just go like fully just try like tackle you. So it's gonna roll
Yeah.
a hug. It's gonna roll a strength check. I want you to make a constitution check to see if you can not take the hit or at least buff it out. Okay.
No.
Not the most ideal.
I'm also going to guess no. So,
I can't block my own attack.
yeah. you see the thing basically fully like you go to tackle it, it just like pile drives into like your stomach and wins you. As you are going to take a minor injury for this.
Woo!
It doesn't directly knock you off your feet, but that does damn well hurt. The other one that is being stopped by your barrier, Flynn, I think it's going to just attack your barrier. So this is going to make a strength against your will.
Yes, I can do that. Shall I add the magic die as well, or just straight will?
Just straight will this time.
Straight will. All right. Oh, very, very good. That's a 11 plus. That's a 15.
Okay, well, I was going to roll, but it physically cannot defeat that. So it just kind of bashes, and being a honey, doesn't like smack itself into it, it kind of rebounds off it.
Yeah.
Kind of getting stuck in the barrier. And then you see the last one. Actually, no, there's the one in front of you, Ivan. That has
there's
fire
one trying to
removed.
us.
That one's gonna just go for you, Ivan. So I want you to make a Constitution to try take the damage, or like maybe a Dexterity to avoid it.
Oh, happily. Agility?
Agility, yeah, sorry.
That's a 6.
6? That is a 5, so you're able to
Oh, yeah.
avoid it. You see this one also try just kind of tackle you, as it is diminished with its flower move, but still like very willing to attack you. But that's going to be just what that does. You see the last one of these creatures that has not closed in the distance. You see it kind of move in the direct opposite direction and start sprinting towards the crowd.
Oh, good.
Ah, shit.
And that's going to be the Vine's turn. It is then Mara and Kieran, who are also within your group. I think honestly they're both just gonna go, given the information that you actually, Mara's gonna try slash at the vine, the one that attacked you, Ivan. Actually, let's see. This is for Mara, and then this is for the vine itself. Unfortunately, it is able to avoid it. And then you see Kieran is going to kind of ignore you guys and is going to start running towards the remaining creature that started running towards the crowd. And as you run past, he's going to be like, "I got it," and sprints off. And that's just going to be them. It is now Braylon, who is now upright again. Braylon is just in this moment quite dazed, as he got knocked to the floor very quickly. You see him. I think at this point he's going to start backing away and to be like, we need to get a fire started to some extent, and is going to move towards like where his equipment is, like off the field. And that's gonna go
in terms
back.
of directions, where is that in relation to the crowd, Kieran, and Rosalind? Was Rosalind by the crowd?
Rosalind was by the crowd, so I'll move you. Okay, so you guys are like here towards the middle. The crowd is mostly formed on this side, which is where Rosalind would be, and kind of just in front of them is where the equipment would be. You see the one that's kind of veered off is kind of going on this like outside leg to get to the crowd by going around you guys. And then the ones that are attacking you are next to you. I think that's self-explanatory.
Yeah. Okay.
How actually big is this field? I didn't really realize the scale.
The field, I want to say around.
As it is on the map, where it's like maybe double the size of a house, or is it? I imagine it would be a lot bigger than that.
It is a lot bigger than like what it appears to be on the map, but it's not like. How do I explain it? I'm so bad at spatial awareness.
Same, bro.
Compared to the field that was in Sale Grammar School, like where the the like back football pitches were, that little like field.
Oh yes, yeah.
How is it compared to that?
There's a little corner bit, if I recall correctly. I want to say it's about that size, maybe like slightly less than it.
Okay, right.
Perfectly hexagonal.
Perfectly hexagonal to the
Like a
T.
tab tile. Yeah.
Of course, why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be? So yeah, with that information, Ivan, what are you doing?
Okay, for a myriad of reasons I won't explain right now. I wanna pick up the flower that was cut off, if that's just kind of about. I would
Yep.
like to possess the flower on me.
Yes.
Okay.
Possess it.
I will then run also like, after the one, just ignoring the one that tried to jump on me. I will also run because I don't trust Kieran, and also if Braylon's running in that direction anyway, I feel like we shouldn't split up too much. I will run with Braylon towards the crowd, but I'll kind of offshoot a little bit and try and draw the attention of the rat running towards the crowd, so that it might like change tact and try and run after me. So I'm still running in the general direction, but if I can like try and lead the rat so it isn't like beelining it straight for the crowd, that would be ideal.
Ooh. I'm going to ask you to roll a presence check, and I want you to add a magic dice to this.
Ooh.
That's what I was hoping for. Magic explosive. That's 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 5 is 14 total.
Oh, that's good.
As you're
good at
trying to intercept this creature, you see as this rat type creature does break into distance. As you see it running, you also notice that it's not the body that is running. It is generally just the vine that connects it, which is moving, and the creature is being carried by it. You feel a semblance of connection to this creature, an awareness of each other, and a connection like on a spiritual level. As you kind of hold the flower, and what is your thought process? What is your like priority in this moment?
What would my number one priority be? It would be to protect the other people. So I'm holding the flower and hoping that like it's still got some kind of semblance to the hive mind. So hopefully the rat will detect me as either part of the hive mind, or it'll detect me as being too close and therefore a threat to that part of it. So either way, it'll either be interested with me or see me as a threat and chase after me.
So as it continues to run, you see it just like halt in place, and it kind of just stays. It just stays still. As you feel a connection form to not to just this creature, but a collection of creatures.
Ooh. In that brief connection point, do I get any sense of number or proximity?
I think you'll get both, and the number you get is 1. The proximity you get is right next to you.
Oh, dear. Noted. So hopefully that'll support something being like surprise attack or something.
And I think that is your turn as you chase this creature down.
I also want to quickly explain to Thandor, well, the party, I guess. Another big part of Ivan's thought process is, hey, yesterday I also got a flower from the pixies, And now I'm getting a flower from this event. If I get a flower per day, that would make a cool bouquet prop for the potential show at the end of the week.
It's the only flowers that are going to be
And
thrown
I
on
wish
stage
I
at this
was
rate.
joking.
I can.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
respect that. I respect it.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
But also there's like Braylon can look at it. He's an apothecary. He might be able to figure out a bit more about what's going on. And there was the pheromone or pollen pheromone part of the hive mind thing. So there's many reasons. Not all of them selfish and about the show.
Good to know.
But yes, I'm done. Sorry.
And followed by you is Flynn. I will specify that if you want to maintain the barrier that you've put up, you will have to like spend your turn doing that.
Sorry about that. What was that again?
If you want to maintain like that honey like hex barrier that you put up, you would have to spend your turn like focusing on keeping that up.
Okay. Would I still be able to do any just small actions as well, or would all of my turn be that?
You'd still be able to take small actions, yeah.
Okay. I think I'll maintain it for now. Shall I roll another will just to keep the strength
Yes,
of it up?
yeah, and this one use your pure magic for this one as well.
I will do. Alright. That is... Oh, the magic dice explodes. 5, 9, 11, 15, and 18. 18 total.
Awesome. Okay, once again, that creature cannot break through that. So
Yeah.
you just see it basically just stuck in the barrier, stuck in the like honey of the barrier.
And hopefully allow me to do this as a small action. Would I be able to kind of attempt to sense or determine whether all of these creatures are... I know they're kind of functioning-ish on a hive mind-ish, but are they all one creature that is kind of, I don't know, buried underneath the field that is then, like, sending out vines that are making multiple smaller creatures, or are they just individuals?
Roll a cunning or a wit.
Roll a cunning or a wit. I roll a wit. That is... Oh, that's 3 ones.
3 ones.
Yeah, so 3.
So I'm going to give this to you on the basis of you did kind of hit the nail on the coffin of this is a single creature.
Okay.
Each of
Ezra will help.
yeah, each of the things that you guys are seeing are like akin to limbs, but the actual body of this creature is underground.
Okay, likely buried in the field.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to communicate that on my turn, so I'll save it for next turn, because I feel like I've already done a bit.
Okie dokie. Then I will move on to Thandor, who has currently been winded.
Ouch.
It doesn't leave any lasting effects, thankfully.
Is it continue to run off, or is it still kind of in front of me?
The one that attacked you is just still in front of you.
Your boy's gonna go and try and get a good hold of it again.
Awesome. Roll a strength or constitution.
Why is it not doing the thing? Oh, because the game's paused.
Oh, apologies. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that changing anything, or is it just a?
You might just have you might just have to click on your character. That's the only other idea I have.
Yeah. Where's my real dice? There. It's just a D6. one of these has to be this. A 4.
4. Okay. Let us hope that it does succeed. You are able to grapple the little guy in front of you.
Oh yeah.
I-
Yeah, I will start, but I will now kind of start to hold the knife against the flower in an
Okay.
attempt to start cutting it either now or next turn, depending on.
Yes, I will. I'll say wait. You'll have to wait till next turn to do that. I think it's funny because I don't know if it looks like you've grappled it or it's grappled you, just because it's like you've wrapped yourself around a vine. But you know, you've got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so you've grabbed onto that dude. It's in the vine mass itself. You see the one that is stuck in the barrier is at this point going to now. I'm going to say it still needs to roll to see if it can get out. So roll another will check for me, this time without magic.
Sure thing.
Hopefully it's not a 5.
Not as good. It is a 6.
Damn. Okay, it is still stuck. It has not made it out. Instead of that then, we have the one that is wrapped up with Thandor. That one is actually going to shoot out pollen. So Thandor, I want you to make a Constitution check for me.
Okay.
Trying to beat a 4.
That's a 6. Let's go.
Awesome. The big like yellow flower on top of this creature just spews out a burst of this like weird pollen. But knowing how these creatures work to some extent now, you are able to basically just, I guess, just not breathe it in to avoid that effect completely. You've then got the one that is still chilling, that has been deflowered. I think that one is going to go for you, Flynn. It's going to avert its gaze and is going to attack you, seeing that you have created that barrier.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to make a Constitution or Agility.
I will do Constitution. That's a 9.
9. Okay. You're good. It does barge into you, but you are versed in fighting, so this does not really make too much of an issue.
Yeah.
You're able to keep your footing and you're fine.
I'll deflect it away with a sword.
Awesome. And then we've got the one that has stopped in response to Ivan. Ivan, what do you want this creature to do?
Chase me.
Okay. Then it will begin sprinting in your direction and charge at you. So I want you to also make a Constitution or Agility.
Okay.
Getting a
What
lot of
is my
4s.
agility?
There's a lot of 4s.
24. Is there any chance I can argue because I'm connected to this creature I can add empath to it?
I'm going to say no in this instance.
Okay, it's fine. I rolled a 6 anyway. But so you don't ask.
I see. So was that Agility, I assume?
Yeah, so agility.
Yeah, so you are able to just kind of, knowing that it's going for you, you're able to very easily just kind of dodge out the way. And I think after the creature's turn, it is then Mara and Kieran. Mara is going to move towards you, Flynn, and then once again try detach one of those creatures from the vines. It's trying it's going to try sever the vine. There we go. That connects one of the creatures. And let's see, rolls. A 6, whereas the vine rolls a 6 as well. I'm going to say Mara's one does meet it and beat it. So it doesn't completely sever the creature, but there is like a very clean cut that, given like a tad more pressure, will fully sever the one that has been deflowered. Kieran, who was chasing the one that is now going for you, Ivan, is going to, similar to that creature, turn its direction and also sprint in your general direction, chasing that creature, but kind of spent his whole turn trying to catch up. So then we move back to the top with Braylon. Braylon gets to his equipment and he pulls out a torch and spends his turn basically lighting it. And then we move back to all three of you. Ivan, Flynn, Vandal, what are you guys doing?
As I approach the crowd, I'm probably calling for a trap or a cage or some kind of container to try and like keep this rat in. I'm just gonna lure it towards the. I'm still luring it towards the crowd, but I want to get there first, and I want to kind of make sure it's focused on me and not innocent bystanders. I guess. So I'll try and keep its attention, but I'm gonna try and call to the crowd and like make them prepare to capture this creature.
I want you to roll a presence for me. This will be a pretty difficult check.
Not for a guy like me. Or maybe for a guy like. That's a 10.
10. You shout to a crowd of villagers who are not accustomed to dealing with spirits or any sort of like combative situation. And while people want to help, they are frozen in like not knowing what to do.
Why are they here? Okay. Then I guess I'm still gonna run towards them because that's where Braylon's stuff is. Has Braylon lit the torch, or is he still lighting the torch?
Braylon has lit the torch.
Okay, then I will run towards Braylon and kind of give him a heads up of like, if you think fire is effective, I have a test subject right here.
Awesome. Yeah, you run towards Braylon, and I will resolve that in the next round. Flynn, what are you doing?
I'll first shout out about the information I got last round. I'll basically shout out that all of these things are part of the same larger creature. These are just small parts of it. We might have to burn the field to get to its main body.
Whose side are you fucking on?
On the side of saving this town. I don't know what is below this.
That was out of character. Ivan isn't going to act this distressed because it's just a field in a village he doesn't even live in. But I've had prophetic dreams about this field. God damn it. And the racist really wants it burned.
I'm sure it does.
Not for good reasons.
I'll do that and then...
Oh, also, just something to note, you do see that Rosalind has, at this point, is not within the crowd anymore. You do see she has left.
Okay.
Oh, wait, she went to get help, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, so there's the one that's deflowered that is nearly cut through now. Then there's the one that's on Thandor that is still looking pretty good, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the one in the barrier. I will attempt to use the barrier, if I can, around the one creature. Either if I'd be able to, like, turn the inside walls of the barrier, kind of set them on fire, and be able to, like, contain a very small fire around the creature. Or if not, be able to, like, enclose the barrier around it, kind of like a guillotine type thing around the main vine to, like, cut it off, if any of those would be possible.
Ooh, okay. I would say that if you just want to contain the creature, that is possible. You'd still have to make a check, but it would be a easier check than trying to guillotine or flame it. In terms of difficulty, just containing it is the easiest. Doing the guillotine thing is the like moderate difficulty, and trying to like set the inside and contain the fire would be the hardest thing to do.
Okay. I think the mother the villagers might try and burn the field anyway. Does Thandor have any input on fire, no fire?
I'm not a big fan of fire. I think we could try and contain these fellows first, and then we can sort out fire later.
Okay. Oh, it's still just chilling in the trap. I don't think it's really the trap isn't really doing much. I'm gonna try and like guillotine it if that's possible.
Yes.
Like cut it off from the stem.
Okay, roll a. Let's say. In this case, I'm gonna go for a wit check, and you can add your magic.
I will do that. Right. You will be my magic die if you explode.
So we're gonna try get a 10.
I get 10. Okay. 6. And I'm 1 off. That's a 9.
9. Unfortunately, like
Adversity tokens?
Oh, adversity tokens.
This is true.
I forgot. How many of those do I have? That's a great question. I think I have.
You had 3 tokens in the chat.
Okay, I have 3 then. I will spend 1.
Yep. There you go. Okay. So as you kind of focus your magic, I say this is wit because it's an application of magic that goes just beyond making magic happen. You kind of just compress the cage around the creature, and as you do so, it kind of just rips and tears like the creature from the vine that connects it. So you dispatch one of these creatures like perfectly and effectively, and it stops moving.
Cool. I think that's probably all I can do on my turn.
Yes, I will say you can like move if you want to move, but besides that,
because there's still 2 here that are active, I don't want to leave Thandor. I'll stick around for now.
Fair enough. Then following you, it will be Thandor himself.
I'm gonna cut that flower, baby.
Awesome. Since you grappled it already, just make a strength check for me. The difficulty is not incredibly high.
He also has the magic dagger, if that will help in any way.
Yes. With a 6 and a grappled creature, you are able to disconnect it as well. So you have dealt with a second one of these. You've disconnected a second one of these creatures, and that lies limply in your arms. Awesome. Unless you want to move again, I think that will be your turn.
No, I will just grasp the flower in my hand like a severed head in the middle of a battlefield.
You should catch it in your teeth like a Spanish romance.
Indeed.
which two do we have left? We have the one that has been partially severed and the one that is chasing Ivan.
Yeah.
I want you to I want you to roll a will check for me.
I'm very good, Bob. Oh yeah, because I'm good at taking criticism.
So,
7.
7. Okay. This is going to be a 2d6 from this creature. 11.
Wow. Interesting.
You
That's
kind of
such a-
feel the like instinct of this creature overpower the connection that you have made. As like two of its limbs effectively have just been severed. It basically just breaks past whatever connection you had, and is now like keyed into what it needs to do again, and is going to go towards the crowd, but at an offset to where Braylon is. And is going to just make a full-on dash, and by the end of its turn will make it to the crowd, but isn't able to do anything else this round. And then the one that has still alive but slightly severed. What is it focus on? I think you're going to see that one also just try and break away and sprint for the crowd.
Okay.
Would be able to have like I don't know if reactions exist, but would that be a thing?
I think not in this instance, especially with you guys focusing on killing 2 creatures in your previous round. You don't have the bandwidth to go for another one.
That's all good. I was thinking about oh god, what's her name? The one that was actually cutting through it.
Yes, yeah, it is Mara's turn right after, so she will follow up on her own turn.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, I mean, effectively, as that happens, she will trifle up. Rather than trying to go for a full sever at this point, Mara is going to just like pace down through the vine and into the ground to prevent it from moving. And that
Good job,
is
Mara.
going to be for Mara a 2d6 versus the creature's agility, which is also a 2d6, and is won't kill the creature, but will prevent it from moving as she stabs like the vine through the vine and into the ground.
Good job, Mara.
Yeah, you see it like tries to move and then cuts more of that vine and just doesn't shriek, but just recoils at that pain. And then it is.
Shriek.
And then it's Kieran, who, seeing that the one he was chasing has now altered direction again, is now going to also alter direction and give chase, shouting to the crowd, "You're safe, just stand back." And is going to go for, similar to what Mara did, go to stab down at the vine to prevent this creature from moving. Rolling also a 2d6. Strength. Rolling a 2,
No.
which this creature is able to avoid. And continues its breakaway through the crowd.
2 1s is unfortunate.
As we go back to the top of the turn order, you see Braylon, who has the fire, who has a torch with a fire on it. As he begins to run over to the last remaining creature, which is, well, one of the last remaining creatures that has made it to the crowd. You see Braylon, as he's running over, trip over something.
Silly.
And just kind of face plant to the ground. The torch remains active, thankfully. He saves the torch, but just kind of falls into the ground. And that's going to be his turn. So we're going to move on to Ivan. What are you doing?
How close is the lit torch on the ground to the rat?
There is still around like 5 or 6 meters between the rat and the torch.
Okay, a meter is about that long. That's a foot. What was a meter? Meter's about that long. Okay. So 4 or 5 of those. I would like to do magic, actor magic, to make the torch pyrotechnic and just shoot like a torrent of flame at the rat, which I imagine is quite close to the crowd.
Yes.
So
And
I'd
quite
like to
close to
do
the field?
controlled opposite direction of field. I'm imagining like it's like field, torch, rat, crowd is what I'm imagining.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Field, torch, rat. Yes, that is how. Yeah.
Then yeah, I would like to do magical controlled, lethal to rats and plants pyrotechnics.
Highly specific.
Roll a
Yes.
composure. Add your magic.
What?
If you're trying to control it, the difficulty will be 14.
Ooh.
Okay. I have 5 adversity tokens. I do feel good about this. Priority is not burning the people. So would I?
Priority using it for you is not burning the field. People, whatever.
I mean, yeah, genuinely true. Again, the racist wants to burn the field, which is not a good sign. He's part of some kind of wizard cult. We need to, like, he's adamant about burning this field, and I had a prophetic vision that no one else knows about, to be fair, about this field being burned. So Jack and Ivan really want this field to be burned. People, I don't want to burn them just because then they might get mad at us and not go to our show. But if this works, imagine how many more people would come to our show to be like, that was really fucking cool of that Ivan guy. I want to see more of that. So yeah, I'm gonna try and control it to not hurt the people. That'd be very expensive. So sorry. All that to say, I rolled a shit. That next load. That is a 5, 3, 2, 10. I will spend all 5 adversity tokens to make that 15.
Whoa.
You see the flames of the torch that has somehow remained lit, with Braylon just about holding onto it. The flames begin to well up, and as they kind of swirl around the head of the torch, you see a flame, almost like an arrow, just shoot towards the creature. Within a millimeter of hitting, you see the flames diffuse against something solid around the creature.
I'm furious.
As Flynn, you immediately recognize, similar to something you have very recently just done, a barrier of magic form around this creature. And behind the crowd, you hear a yell. A voice you don't recognize just shout, "We need everyone to back away from the spirit. We've got this handled." And as the crowd kind of breaks apart, you see two figures with blue robes, which all of you would immediately recognize as Imperial mages, as well as 2 other figures behind them, just kind of shadowing them, and Rosalind also by their side. We need everyone to get out of the field. That includes all of you. Try to deal with the spirit. Now. And that's going to be that. Ivan, since I have kind of restricted your success, I will let you do something else here.
I don't think you need to. I'm happy. Yeah, Jack and Ivan are paralyzed with fucking fury at this point. I don't know why. His really cool moment was just overshadowed by an authority he does not respect. who
That's
were
so
not here.
cool.
Is Ivan aware that these wizards cast that barrier?
I'll say roll. Roll
Yeah,
it. Roll
I
it.
guess my extra action. Can I try and determine what caused that barrier? Why the fire didn't work? Why Ivan's moment of brilliance was snuffed out?
Roll a knowledge check.
Okay.
You want to try get a 4.
Well, I got a 3, so fuck everything.
So you do not know.
Come on.
Then instead of fury, Ivan's just going to be confused as to why it didn't work and
Can I
who
lend
these new
Ivan
wizard
an
people are.
adversity token?
I'm honestly, I'm gonna be mean and say no in this instance.
That's fair. Honestly, I think that's for the best because otherwise
Jack
Ivan will be.
If it was determined by fate, fair enough.
It was.
Fair
And honestly,
enough.
I think that is for the best because if Ivan does comprehend what just happened, oh, it's going to be an unpleasant rest of the week. Oh, it's going to be worse than it already is going to be.
That's gonna be bad.
You see, you see this mage gesture to there is one figurehead. You see this mage turn to a second figure. It's kind of for a mage, they are quite muscular and well built. And he kind of says to that person, "Hinder, you need to get those folks off the field. We need to cordon it off now, and get a torch." And then gestures, and then the second mage also begins to move. Thandor and Flynn, are you guys doing anything in this moment?
I'm cutting the. I'm gonna kill the other remaining plant that's alive.
Yeah.
The one that was stuck in the ground.
Yeah, go for it. Roll a. I'll say it can be strength or agility, and then add your swordsmanship.
I will certainly do that. I'm gonna use agility. And your swordsman.
To beat a 6.
That is exactly a 6.
Awesome. So this creature who's barely on this, I guess, slim of a creature that's barely just still connected is completely severed, leaving realistically just the one that Ivan nearly killed.
Yeah. And I will just use the rest of my turn to run over to where Ivan is and the other creature, I suppose. Or start making my way there. I assume it's still a little far.
Yes. And then Sandor, is there anything you're doing specifically?
I don't think so. I'm still wrestling this rat to the ground, having cut the flower.
Will you be moving off the field as requested, or will you just kind of stay in place?
As much as I could, I'll try and move out the way because I don't like the idea of fire being on me, but I still have a rat in my hands that I'm trying to restrain. So I'm.
Is Thandor's rat still alive? I thought.
No, it has died.
Dead? Oh, okay. I thought it was. They still lived after you chopped the flower.
Did you chop the flower off? Yeah, I thought you chopped the vine off, or severed the vine itself.
Oh.
If you have chopped the flower off, then the one in your hands is still left. I'll say, just because I didn't specify this, call odds or evens.
Odds.
And then roll a d20.
Yeah.
We'll say odds you have severed the vine, and evens you have severed the flower. So yes, the one in your hands is still alive. Will you try sever the vine?
Yeah. If I see that's worked.
Awesome. Yes. Then just roll another strength, or agility. I think agility can also still work for this. So roll either of those.
I rolled a strength already, and it's a 5.
A 5, yeah. So I mean, again, I'm just gonna follow you. You've got it grappled. You are able to sever this creature from the vine, and it goes limp in your arms.
Okay.
Up top, gang. Kill them.
Cool.
Other than Ivan. Soz.
Yeah. The vine at this point isn't doing anything. The one that has been trapped under a barrier is just kind of trapped. So you see Mara, who I think that's the one that you just got rid of, Flynn. Mara, listening to the wizard, starts to clear the field, and so does Kieran. So this is somewhat out of combat. Are you guys clearing the field, or are you staying within it?
I'll stay within the field now. Do I recognize any of the mages here, or are they all kind of unknown to me?
Roll a wit check for me.
Wit.
Wit.
I will. What is that? 5. 7.
A 7.
7, yeah.
You okay, so you notice the figurehead of this group is a mage called Harrow, who worked closely with Harold in the time that you were in Borlas.
Yes.
But they do not know you. Like you weren't really part of the bigger conversations that this mage would have been part of with Harold.
Okay, cool. I recognize him. He doesn't know me. Grand. Yes. Perfect.
The other mage, which I think the name has been said, is Hinder. You don't really recognize this figure.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll shout. Look, we got this covered. You can. They really aren't as bad as you think. You can drop the barrier and we can just kill that one. Look, we have this handled.
This is a parasitic vine we're talking about. If it's not burned out of the field, it will continue to affect the villagers. We need to burn the field. Please get out.
Do you have experience? Wrong voice. Do you have experience in this kind of experience?
Do we have experience in this kind of experience?
Yes, in this. Well, I was going to say in this field, but that seems a bit on the nose. So
we have dealt with parasitic vines before. Yes, we do need to burn it out of the field. Please move.
Well, I just wonder because it seems that there is a very distinctive entity which is the form of vines and mice, which is the only thing that needs to be burned in this field. It seems like a waste of a perfectly good field to burn the entire thing when it is merely the vines that are the problem.
I won't ask a time after this. Please remove yourself.
Out of character, what authority do wizards have to normal people? Do I have to respect this person?
Yes. They are. I mean, I wouldn't say this nation has a class system, but it definitely does, and wizards are like at the tippity top of that. One bad word to certain authorities could get your troop disbanded by them just speaking of it. That being said, you are in a village that is not near like a major city at this moment.
No, but these wizards probably aren't going to stay here forever. If they do end up leaving, then they'll just talk shit. For the first time in a long time, I think Ivan is going to stay quiet and step aside.
What? No way.
Look, we've dealt with the tendrils now. The main body of this creature is underground. Burning the top field ain't gonna do much more. We gotta dig and get down to the center. Surely?
Can we move off the field for the time being, just to contain the creature, and then we can continue this discussion?
And by the looks of it, it seems that fire isn't even that effective. I nearly incinerated that right there, and there seems to be some kind of barrier the plant has that perhaps it stops releasing oxygen in order to extinguish flames. I'm not sure, but it seems they are resistant to fire.
No, your magic just failed.
I'm gonna roll a composure check really quick.
How,
I
is,
got 10.
is there an insight check as well?
You can that would be cunning.
Okay, I'll let Jack do his thing first.
I rolled my own little flavorful composure check to whether or not I'd punch this mage.
Okay.
I do not.
Do you want to do a cunning check? Because your cunning is almost certainly better than mine. I think.
I'm aside. I'm beside myself. I'm not thinking straight.
Oh, okay.
I might cut it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll throw one as well, but it's not going to be good. Oh, would I be able to add spirits die to that?
I'm gonna say no for this roll.
Entirely fair.
What did we both get?
Got a 6.
I got a 3.
Okay, Sandor, this guy's trying to piss Ivan off. Ivan, you've moved off the field. Sandor, have you moved off the field?
I'm in the process of moving off the field now.
Okay, and then Flynn, are you going to move or are you going to stand in place?
Oh, God, I don't want to deal with this. Do they have a fire ready right now?
They don't. They don't have a fire. You see, the second mage, the mage named Hinder, goes towards the torch that Braylon has lit, and is kind of just helping Braylon up and like asking him for the torch at the moment.
I will start moving off the field. But I'll be like, look. How about we just calm down for a second? We've dealt with these guys. Let's kill off this little bit, and then we can discuss later. How about that?
He won't really. He will listen to you, but when acknowledge you, he'll turn back to the mage Harrow will turn back to Hinder and be like, just kill this one. And you see this like the muscular like well-built mage kind of reaches his hand into that barrier and just rips the vine. There, and then Harrow will turn back to you and be like, "There we go, sorted. We still need to get rid of the creature underground. Please move off the field for a moment."
Can I make like an empath check? Because unfortunately, Ivan is probably in like people-pleasing obsequious mode, and I do want to check to see. I want like empath check to see if like they're starting to get genuinely irritated, and if I need to start talking Flynn down and just like to make sure we don't burn all the bridges in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
but also if there is like anything else going on, like if there is like a sense of victory, a sense of like, if I pick up anything else, that's great. But I'm doing it for the like, okay, how close are we calling it at this point?
Sure. Roll a cunning again.
Plus empath. Oh, that's a 5.
5. You will at the very least be able to tell. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. You are irritating these people. That is definitely happening. I don't know if you can really gauge motives with a. Was it a 5?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, I was going to start walking off the field now anyway.
Yeah. With the 5, do I still like? I again, hopefully I'm irritating them. I'm just making sure I'm kind of monitoring to make sure it doesn't boil over. So we're like, currently it's just like, we're being obnoxious. I want to make sure that it isn't like, okay, now we've really pissed them off and now they might like do something about that. I'm just trying to make sure we like keep a lid on this, so it's like we're not making enemies immediately.
They don't outwardly they're not doing they've not got to that stage yet. If you continue to not listen, then they will. Like
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
they don't seem very hesitant to like for their purposes. They will use magic to forcibly move you if that is necessary. Awesome. I thought you said you were moving on the field, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Okay.
All right, I'm coming.
Thank you.
Don't get your britches in a fire. Come on now.
You see also, besides the two like named wizards, you notice behind them that there are like two acolytes as well, which are wizards who haven't been named yet because they've not reached the skill level to kind of go through the ritual of getting a wizard's name.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
You see Harrow kind of look and face those two behind the two students and be like, I need a bit of, give me some magic. As you see him extend that barrier that was just around the small creature and start encompassing the field with a barrier.
These acolytes, are they wearing the same clothes that the dead? It was the dead wizard that we found in the woods, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Same sort of clothes.
They would be wearing the same sort of clothes.
Right. As in on acolyte level, or was that other guy a bit higher up in the tier?
Maybe they would be around the same level. Within acolytes, there's no real distinction. So the person that you saw in the woods would also just be an acolyte as well.
Okay, yeah. I just don't remember if it was an acolyte or not. Yeah. Cool. All right.
You see, as this like barrier is being extended around the field, you guys can now walk up to the wizards and talk. You also see, not like running, but definitely like speed walking. You see Daynell also appear and goes up to the leader Harrow and is like and just briefly speaks to him. Is like, what's happening? Do we need to do anything else? And Harrow's like, if we want to get rid of this creature, we have to burn the field. So we would like permission to do so.
Is he correct in the burning field being the only way?
I will say, being that you are a wizard, roll a knowledge check for me.
All right. Anything to that? Straight knowledge.
Knowledge, and you can add magic to it.
Oh, sick.
Or you can add spirits. Either would actually work for this.
Okay, doke. Very good so far. Not on the magic die though. That's a 12 overall.
Awesome. You do know about parasitic vines. You have heard of these creatures before. Where are we? Here we are. Parasitic vines are generally, effectively, the spirits are based on kind of concepts and stuff like that. A parasitic vine is a manifestation of prolonged suffering.
Damn, that's unpleasant.
And you know that when Borlast was being industrialized, a number of parasitic vines did appear in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And after there were some like people and some wizards that died to them, and after that, more comprehensive like protections were put up in order to stop parasitic vines from spreading, because they do spread by effectively infecting other creatures. You would know that the only they all have a very hefty aversion to fire, so the only way to get them from completely uprooting themselves is to expose them to a very prominent heat. So digging would help, But you have no, like, if you dig and try like uproot this thing, you have no confirmation that you didn't like accidentally leave like a sliver that can still go on to spread, to like infect more creatures.
All right. Okay. Seeing as they're busy setting up the barrier, I will relay this just to our little group. Like now that I'm not panicking about it, this is what I know about them. They might be right. As much as I hate to admit, they might be right.
So I guess we better leave this to the professionals. I think I was going to storm off at this point. As I go, I want to. Oh yeah. As I go, I'm going to try and do like the opposite of my empathetic magic, and instead of drawing in an emotion from other people, I want to impart my excess emotion of anger into Daynell or Harrow. Into Harrow, so that he hopefully just becomes really unpleasant to his team.
Roll a. I'm gonna say roll a composure and add your magic or empathetic.
Well, a lack of composure.
There's like yeah.
I'm regaining my composure because I'm throwing away all my lack of composure.
Yeah.
That is a that's a 7.
You haven't failed entirely, but I think the anger you instill doesn't feel like it makes a difference.
He's just pissed off in general.
That's still interesting. Because he's already angry, but he won.
Mm.
So maybe we had more of an effect than we realized, or maybe there's something else for him. That's still interesting.
Before you guys like fully leave and before you storm off, you'll see Braylon with Rosalind just like thank you so much for helping. I'm so sorry you had to deal with it. I understand that if you have any injuries, I know you have your performance. Please feel free to come to me.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Whatever we can do to help.
I will definitely take you up on that.
And then Daynell as well will, as you guys, if all of you are leaving, Daynell will, as you kind of pass by Flynn, will kind of give you a nod and thank you.
I'll nod, but I don't think I'll say anything to him.
Yeah, he won't really repeat that courtesy to Ivan or Thandor.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Interesting that he does.
Oh, really?
He's such a piece of shit. Interesting that.
Are all of you leaving, or are some of you kind of staying behind to make sure, basically just to watch what happens?
Ivan's storming off. Ivan's going to just hide away in his office and pretend to be doing theatre. Well, he'll probably try and distract himself with theatre things, but I'm not happy.
I will stay to make sure they don't have any ulterior motives. The wizards. I just don't trust the wizards.
Sure.
And given that the vines came up from Borlas after they started expanding and the wizards came in, where these vines originated from is cause for concern.
Indeed. Thandor, are you sticking behind?
Oh, what? Yeah.
You see this wizard Harrow completely encompass the field with a barrier and leave a small opening which the torch is then prodded through, and the field is set alight. I think throughout the village, so even you, Ivan, you can see smoke begin to like billow up as the barrier doesn't like extend to the top. So there is just smoke that fills the sky as the field within the barrier slowly becomes encompassed with this like very potent flame. It catches very quickly. As you two are watching to like I think Flynn, you said you were checking for ulterior motives. I'm gonna say roll a cunning check for me. I'll say Thandor, you can do the same just because you have stayed behind.
My cunning is dog shit, so we'll see. Oh, I actually got 4. Damn, I got the max. That's still not great though.
What about an 8?
Yeah.
Yay.
With a 4, I don't know if you really you don't really
Hey,
notice much.
this
With
smart boy.
with a 8 though, Thandor. As Harrow is watching the field burn, you do see like a slight smirk.
He sure seems to be enjoying this.
And then Flynn, I mean, with Thunder putting out, you
Yeah.
can notice that as well.
Yeah.
As you guys are watching the field burn, you do eventually notice like these series of vines that begin to uproot itself and start like squirming and writhing as the flame, like, as it's surrounded by a fire, it cannot escape. So it just like withers and squirms and eventually succumbs to the fate of being burned alive.
Fun.
I think Flynn. The
Sorry, I'm just
only
gonna go real quick to grab my charger. I won't be long. I'll be like a minute.
yeah, the field just kind of slowly burns up, and Ivan, I think from a distance, while you can't pick out details about what's going on, you do notice out the corner of an eye a sight that is becoming more and more familiar to you, as the field slowly like burns out, and it's just kind of blackened and charred.
Does my flower wilt as well?
Your flower does not wilt.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay.
I am back. My apologies.
Oh. Ooh, oh, fuck. Ooh, interesting. I might, this might be a mistake, but I have this flower. This might be the one vine that lived and therefore survived the extermination.
Oh.
Ooh, it's a shame, Ivan. Oh no, because you told us about that. Ooh.
Yeah. Flynn, I think for you,
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't a nice sight. It is a living creature that is not wanting to die.
Yeah.
But you also understand that, given your knowledge on the spirit, the only reason that this spirit really exists is to cause more suffering.
Yeah.
So what would have happened is that if you failed to like grab those daylight mushrooms and help the people that have been infected already, they would kind of just become another like undead creature being controlled by this thing to spread
Yeah.
further parasitic vine stuff.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about the creature dying. Not all spirits are good. I'm fine with that. I just don't like the way it's been. I don't like how it's gone on. I don't like not knowing where these vines come from now that I recognize what the vines are.
Both you and Thunder do notice the Watsons whose field this is, as they kind of look onto something they've spent a lot of time trying to nurture,
Mm-hmm.
and is instrumental to their own business of selling goods. So they kind of just stand there, sadly, kind of watching their field burn up.
I'll go up to
Only
them.
I would.
Oh, hello, Flynn and Thandor, I believe. Thank you for helping.
It's all right. It's tragic sad, isn't it? We tried to do what we could.
It's deeply regrettable that the whole field had to be dead.
Yes. If it's for the safety of the village, I guess we can. I mean, it will be difficult, I wouldn't lie, but if everyone's safer for it, then it had to be done.
We'll try and get Daynell to re-encompass you for what you've lost.
I appreciate that, but Dana isn't the most giving person in the world.
I'm aware. Yeah.
You see, I think it's
I
Edmund.
apologize the way it turns out.
Yeah.
Oh,
You see
sorry.
Edmund and his wife, and also their child. They kind of just, as there's the last remaining bits of fire like fizzle out, they do kind of just head back inside, and I don't. Well, they just spend the rest of the day together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the wizards who have been here. You see that Harrow and Hinder are both humans. You note that the two students, the acolytes, one of them is like, I think it's similar to Jezebel, I believe it was, who's like a goat spirit blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one looks something between like a human and a halfling. Kind of having traits of both, but still remains still looks like they are mostly human, with like a very distant relative being a halfling. And they, I think you notice that they also look a bit saddened by this, whereas Harrow and Hinder don't. But eventually, it's like, again, as the flames fizzle out, the barrier is kind of removed, and they go with Daynel back to his manor.
Right. I was wondering what they were heading to. Okay. I don't know if there's much else to be done here. I assume the field is going to still be it's going to be too hot to really go on to for a while.
Yeah, probably.
Thandor, do you just want to head off and keep setting up? I don't know if there's much to gain from around here.
I believe we've done all that we can do.
I don't trust those damn wizards.
Very convenient timing when they showed up as well.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, I suspect they had a reason to be here at this time, or they, for one reason or another, they brought this thing here. Let's go find
these mages from you. The more I start to suspect they're up to no good.
Yeah. They never are. You can never trust them. Now we go find Ivan. He seemed to be in a bit of a state.
I think, Thandor, as you are looking at the fire as well, you don't derive joy from it, but you feel like your heart racing a bit more as the fire just burns up the field. Yeah. You guys find Ivan. What is Ivan doing at this point?
Ivan probably looks like nothing has happened. He's in front of the troops again, so he's having to, stay strong. Nothing's the matter. Everything's business as usual. So he's probably just like being his old cheery, obnoxious self. Like, yes, it is. Remember, we are in a small village, but village is still big compared to a flower, for example. So you must project your voice, so even the people at the back of the tent can hear you. Max, please get over here. You're forgetting your lines. I know Max is an actor.
Max was a station. Although
Marcus,
if you say that to him, he'll just be like, I mean, I can do it.
Max, you must focus on your duties. Okay, you need to make sure that the sandbags, they are full of sand this time, not gravel. Gravel is too heavy. The density is different. It is the little things, Max. The little things.
Fine. You do see. I think you do see. Someone does come up to you, Ivan, as Thandor and Flynn are have made their way here, but you see before like they make their way to you, who else is part of the troop? I forget people sometimes.
And
You
it was
see
Jezebel, Maya,
Juliana.
Marcus, Juliana. Oh
Juliana.
yes.
You
Sister
see
Flynn.
Juliana kind of just pop up to you and be like, what is happening over there? She kind of gestures to the smoke.
The village is burning a field. It's to do with the sick people early in the village. It is village duty. It is best we do not worry ourselves. We won't be here long.
How do you think Ivan looks completely unbothered? Do you want to roll for it?
I think Ivan's gonna do his best to look completely invalid.
Yeah,
I
can you roll a composure here?
Yes. Can I add actor to it? Because this is fully pretending. This is
Yes,
fully.
yes.
Ivan is still.
He's acting.
Oh, an actor exploded. So that's 4. That's 4. That's 8. That's 2. So that's 10 plus. Ooh, not very good. That's 13 total.
Well, I won't pay any mind to it. Thank you, Ivan. And
No
we'll
worries.
go.
I would stay away from the area for a time being. Smoke and settle and ash and whatnot. It does not seem safe.
Of course, I will make sure to mention that to the rest of the troop.
Oh yes, please do.
This is out of character. Out of curiosity, what does Juliana do for the troop?
Who was Juliana again?
Juliana was the
Juliana
one
was
that
one
was
who's-
sus of you.
Yes.
Oh yes.
That's all I have
Yeah,
on my
I
notes.
thought it was. I just wanted to confirm. Cool.
I imagine she might work with Flynn then. I imagine she might also be like special effects, prop work. She might be part of the backstage kind of thing, like a stagehand as opposed to an actor kind of thing.
Okie dokie.
I don't know why she's sus of Flynn, so I don't know what would most make sense. But I would imagine they work together. I would in my head.
What is she suspect of me about? Just
We don't know.
what do I am?
She
She doesn't trust me.
I think she in general doesn't trust magic.
Yeah, okay.
And by extension, that kind of moves like is placed upon you as well because you cast magic quite openly. But it's more of I think it's more of a thing of you joined the troop and weird things happened, which I don't know actually. I don't know if that's completely founded, but that's what she believes.
That's fair enough.
Awesome.
Alright.
Utterly based.
And then also again out of character, how long are people willing to go?
Session wise,
Session-wise, yes.
I don't have anything else to read now. I'm happy to go until tomorrow morning.
I see.
I would not be happy to go until tomorrow morning. I have a lab at 9. But
You can go until 8:50
8:50.
a.m. That is not in an hour's time.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I know. I got it. Don't worry.
Sometimes
I'll
you have to
take,
explain
just a
make
quick
sure.
10-minute jog to the labs. I'll be fine.
How would it be?
How does ending at 8:30 sound?
That works.
Cool.
Would work for me.
I'm just gonna ask for a small break for now, just because we've got a grocery delivery which I need to help Kai with.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go shit.
Fair enough. Kidoki, BRBs.
Right, Kevin, I need your help
Reverse.
workshopping passive aggression with Daynell. I've already got most of it figured out. I'm gonna call him a cuck, and then if he asks about it, I'll just be like, "Oh, it's a term of endearment in my
John,
tongue." It's like,
I was just about to leave. I just heard you say calling Daynell a cuck.
yeah.
It's a strong start for passive aggression, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not very passive. That's not very passive. That's just aggressive.
Yeah, but then if he calls me up on it, I'll be like, "Oh no, sorry, I forget the word in my tongue." The village I grew up in, we call our elders cuck. I just want to make sure that you know that just because the wizards are here, we still respect your authority. We don't think that they're taking control off of you. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I've kind of got that
I'll let you
groundwork
pay. I'll give you a
settled.
shit.
How else can I be passive aggressive? I need help.
I don't know.
And you got to support me on this. You got to have my back for once.
Look, I can have your back, but I don't know. Go back. All guns blazing and calling him a cock at them. I remember. I tend to like to do my passive aggression after acquiring some facts that I can hoard above their head.
Fact is, he wants to modernize the fucking thing. I'm Jack's genuinely irritated, and I don't know why this is affecting me so much because I don't fully remember why Ivan was so anti the field being burned. I know I got that weird vision of the field being burned and then a weird orange moon on the night of our performance. And that was like a week's premonition. I still don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but also I just don't like how into burning the field Daynell and the Wizards are. Like Daynell was adamant that that field should be burned, and the Wizards were like, "Yeah, no, we definitely need to." And then they took sick pleasure in it after the fact. So I'm like, "There's something afoot," and I'm not happy about it. I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay.
I need. I'm gonna say.
Hmm.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Hello.
Apologies, I've returned.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
How dare you?
How
I know.
dare
I'm
you.
just sorry. I don't know what's amazing. Returning right now.
What about the wizards is pissing you off, Jack? They're just
All of it. Every single
they're
aspect
just
of it.
law-abiding citizen who love
Aaron, you may need to
magic.
cut you may need to cut the break out of the recording without listening to it because it might spoil my passive aggression I've been workshopping with Kevin.
That's okay. Well, I
Because he doesn't
mean,
love this session.
I mean, I can cut it if you want me to.
If it comes up in the session, it won't matter. But it's just I'm Jack is genuinely irritated, and I wasn't expecting it to affect me this hard. So I don't fully remember why I didn't want the field burn. But the wizards really pissed me off. Because there was no need for them. They wanted to burn the shit anyway. So why do they have to like interrupt my moment? I spent all of my adversity tokens on that. It was going to be a sick display of like, oh, look how cool Ivan is. We should all go check out his show next week and like save his failing theater. And then they were just like, oh no, we're going to barrier that so it doesn't happen. We're then just going to like prod a needle you, and then we're just going to burn this field for no fucking reason, or for nefarious reasons that Ivan doesn't understand yet. Oh.
What?
And they don't even have cool names like Hubris, third of his kind, or third of his name.
What do you mean? You don't
It's
like
fucking
Harrow and Hinder?
Harrow and Hinder.
They're such cool names.
Yeah, Hinder really fucking hindered his fucking quality of life for the next 6 days.
Maybe that's
why did I
it's his
finalize the
name.
script? I could have hamleted it. So that, I mean, I've already hamleted it to have like a message about being nice to spirits. But I could have had a message of like, fuck Harrow, Hinder, and Daynell.
I see.
But now I also need to think of more spells because currently the only spells I have is like pyrotechnics, spotlight, and the 15-foot and like the short like range teleport thing. But the short range teleport thing is like a DC 14, I think, and so I can't really reliably do that.
This is
Hello,
true.
I'm back.
Bonjour. Okay, welcome back everybody. I'm gonna get right into it. You guys are all back together, back at the troop now. Ivan, I think, is just in the middle of kind of ferreting people around, telling them what to do, making sure things are getting ready.
Yeah. I think we will do a dry run with the final scripts. It's okay if you haven't learned your new lines yet. You've only had them less than a day, but it's just we'll go through a couple of the new scenes. No, we'll go through the old scenes first to make sure we definitely have those like ironed out and finished. Flynn, Fandor, kind of you to join us. How was the field?
Burning. Well,
Fire.
now.
Yeah, it checks out. I realistically don't know why I asked. Key things like yes. So places. Flynn, we need you with Julianne on Juliana on in special effects. We're doing a dry rehearsal, but dry is just synonymous for not in front of an audience. We still need everything. We'll do it live. No, we won't do it live. We will never do it live. And Thandor, I need you.
Yeah.
You with me, and then you're gonna do the thing. Thandor, what do you do? I always forget.
Are y'all good, Ivan?
Yes. We have look. I know there was business that happened today, but we have more important business, which is a show in less than a week. This is a very important time. We have been distracted for too long. We must get back to work.
All right. We'll discuss later.
I don't see what there is to discuss, but sure thing. If you have things to discuss, I'll be in my office after hours. But for right now, chop.
Awesome.
Where's the master script then?
Well, that's it, sir.
You usually give me the full copy of the script, and I can stand
yes,
there
yes.
as you do the show,
Here
and
you
I
are.
read lines to people who forget their lines.
I give you a.
That's what I normally do.
I give you a biblically sized script.
Yeah.
I hope you have written a full play for this, Jack.
I honestly, I have a
The
first draft.
next
I
half
have
hour
like a
will
couple
be a
of scenes in
dramatic
the first
reading.
draft.
Yeah.
Jack has sent me.
Yeah.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
As you're getting into like preparing the this dry run, as well as like Flynn. I assume you have to like figure out the arrangement of like effects and stuff with Juliana, who as soon as you approach is like gives you immediate eye roll. It's like fine. Um.
Look, just do the job.
Uh. Juliana's like I always do. I'm better than you at least. Uh.
That's a bold.
Uh,
Bold and unfounded, but I appreciate the gall, girl.
You see Thandor, a villager, kind of rock up towards the troop, towards you in particular, just because they also kind of see you as the figurehead. You see this villager. I don't think you really know them that well. I think they're just a person you've briefly seen. As like, oh, hello, Mr. Thandor.
Hello.
Yes. To uh, to offset a bit of the panic caused by the field, uh, Mr. Daynell is doing a village meal this evening, and has invited your troop to join as well.
The entire troop.
Yes, it will be.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yes. Will you be joining?
I can't say that any of those would say no to a free meal. Would we?
Collective's like,
we-
yeah. Collective, you get no.
Okay, collective. Woo!
Thank you so much. And this person will kind of file off back towards the manor.
See you soon.
Was that Day now inviting us for a meal?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, not Dana personally, but
Well, yeah, but he's hosting. So I
Yes.
just wanted to double check. Well, Ivan
As you guys are preparing, I do have. Well, actually, I'm gonna briefly go over the updated performance check stuff. How this is gonna work is that you no longer have a big check at the end of the day. Rather, it will be focused on each of you making your individual checks. So,
Okay.
every day, you have the option of either making a performance check or resting. Resting will clear injuries if you succeed in resting effectively, if you can rest effectively. It can also clear something else, but you guys haven't had an encounter with that yet, so I'm not going to explain what that is at the moment.
Okay.
foreshadowing.
That being said,
Simple
since you can also choose to make another performance or rest check, and this will be at some negative effect on you. You can basically force yourself to make another one and do more work in a day. The collective number that you guys want to reach together on all of your performance checks needs to beat a. I've set it to a 12 so far, but I might increase it if that's too easy. Passing with like certain numbers above 12 will give you more benefits as well. But in general, the main benefit is that you get a performance marker, which is now being used to determine how well your show is. Getting 15 successful markers leads to a satisfactory show, with some members of the troop will still leave, but you do have at least one more show in you. Getting less than that is kind of the end of your troop. Getting 23 markers means you have a good show, and you might have one or two people leave, but the rest of the crew does stay, and you will have another show booked up pretty soon. And then getting 30 successful markers means that your show is a hit, no one leaves, and you are set up for a big show as your next performance. Currently, with how you guys have rolled, I've set it to you have 5 so far.
Mhm.
The performance checks you make does have to be in some way related to preparing for the show. That's kind of the only thing. And you will need to cycle through all of your attributes before repeating another one, regardless if you pass or fail. So it will be
All
more
right.
focused on ensuring that you can combine each of your rolls to get the minimum score
Mhm.
each time you roll it. If you do choose to make another performance check on a day by incurring some negative deficit, you can either contribute that to the existing roll, or you can have like another instance of it going of basically now you have 2 things that you're trying to get to 12 in. So you can like gain more markers per day if you choose to gain that negative deficit, if that makes sense.
Right.
Feel free to ask questions because that is a lot of explanation, and I'm sure I've not explained that perfectly well.
Just wondering, maths-wise, why would we? No, not now. Why would we? I'm just wondering with the. So we get extra successes for certain thresholds past 12.
Yes.
12 being the arbitrary DC for now. But then 12 is like the minimum for one success, right? So I'm just wondering, why would you? Is each threshold 12, or what would motivate us to for our second, if we were to make a second performance check, what would motivate us to do that on a second DC 12 as opposed to just piling that in with the first one?
I will say for oh yes, that's a good thing to clarify. Once you do beat a 12, like with the like a roll, you can't pile on top of it. Would be the counter to
Okay,
that.
so you didn't.
So once you've reached 12, or once you've at least beat it or met it, you can't then pile
Mhm.
more onto it.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. And then how many? So going above 12, how many do you get extra points per how much we're above, or is it like if you're 3 above, then you'll get an extra like I don't remember what you called them,
It
the
w-
like
yeah,
victory points.
it will be with specific amount. So if you beat a 3, you'll get some positive. Some of them will be you get more performance markers. Some of them might be
Yeah.
slightly different.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's like I will give you the fact that it's if you pass with 3 or more you get something, if you pass with a 5 or more you get something, and if you pass with a 7 or more you get something.
Right. Okay. Cool. I get
When you
you.
say you have to cycle attributes, is that like one of each 9, or was that what you were saying about like one mental, one physical, one social, and then repeat?
One of each 9. So
Yeah, one of each 9.
all of you can technically do the same one. So you can all say if you somehow tie strength into it, you can all do strength, and then you can't use, regardless of if that pass or fails, you then can't use strength again until you've used the remaining ones.
Yeah. So it's just on individual. You have to use one of each of your 9 until you've used up all of your 9, and then you
Yes.
can repeat.
Indeed.
All right.
With so is the performance check just like a general check for all making, or do they have to be similar tasks, even if we use different
A
attributes? So, for
general check
example,
all of you are making. So it
Ah.
can they don't
yeah. So,
they
for example, yeah, sorry.
oh sorry they can be they can be individual things, or they can be something you do together. So say like Flynn could be preparing like the arrangement of effects,
Yeah, I was
and
about to say
then
for
you Ivan, you can like be like proofreading the script or something. Those you can do separate things.
so like
But
the
they'd be part.
performance today would be doing the dry run, and then whatever people are doing in that dry run. So if I'm like setting up magic for the performances, that would be like one skill in that performance, but it needs to relate to the performance.
It needs to relate to preparing for the overall performance. Like
Right.
today it makes sense for you all to be doing something together because you are doing a dry run. But it doesn't mean that they have to be all interconnected each day. So like
Alrighty.
Thandor can be kind of setting up the stage, and Ivan can be proofreading a script, and those aren't directly related, but still contribute.
And to absolutely clarify, they go towards the same 12, or would they be two separate checks?
They go to the
Of
same
12.
12.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
And then if you choose to make, if you basically incur the negative thing to make another performance check, you can basically have another 12 going alongside it. So say if you've succeeded already, you can basically start up a new 12 if you wish to.
Right. The skills that we're rolling for, would the bonus skills be able to apply, like magic or spirits or the actor role for Ivan, that kind of thing?
That would be very helpful, actually.
Yes, it will, but I'm going to reduce how effective they are. So they would be basically, your score would be halved, rounded up. So it'd be 1 or 2 would be a, sorry, yeah, 1 or 2 would be a 1, and then 3 or 4 would be a 2.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
four
that's
still
fine.
explode.
You can still explode, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jesus Christ,
Um,
okay.
And just to ensure with Encore emblems, that is a there is a 3-to-1 exchange for performance checks specifically.
Oh, are they adversity tokens?
Yeah, adversity tokens, yes.
Doing it. Oh, I love that. Okay.
Encore emblems is the name I have procured right now.
That's a good name, quality name.
So spend if you choose to spend 3, you'd get a +1 to your performance check. So a performance check just does have to be stated that it's a performance check.
Okay.
Today specifically, I was going to do something related to a dry run. I would like to. I might specify a specific thing I want to ask each of you in regards to the actual performance. So my question to you, Ivan, for my sake and generally for people's sake, what is this play? What is the general plot of the play?
The general plot of the play is it's a group of hunters. This is genuinely ideas I had way before I figured out the bullshittery that was happening in this fucking village. But it's a group of hunters who are like trying to find this pack of wolves that have just killed a bunch of their livestock. And they are trying to hunt this pack of wolves. One of the hunters in the group betrays the others and has kind of been harnessing and binding spirits to his cause in order to make him a more effective hunter. And by doing so, he has asserted himself above nature and above the balance between the spirits and humanity. And he's the villain antagonist. And so then the hunters kind of work together to try and take him down and try and reclaim the balance between spirits, animals, and humans.
So he is controlling spirits.
Yes. And I had these like wolf spirit hybrid things, like abominations, which I was gonna try and make someone do in universe make a facsimile of a prop for it, which I was gonna have a lot of fun describing, but I did forget about that. So, but yes.
Classic furry Jack wanting people to make him a first.
Okay, you're sick.
Classic.
First of all,
Classic.
That's explicitly what you just described.
no, it wasn't. It was just it was explicitly an
Is it wolf?
abomination. It was explicitly a
Exactly.
yeah.
like-
It had a wolf.
Is it like a
parts
puppet?
to it. I was imagining what's the League of Legends champion? The wolf League of Legends champion.
Warwick?
Do they have a scorpion tail, or am I Nefir?
Oh, fairy. I don't think they have a scorpion tail.
Nefiri.
It's just
Never
a
mind.
bunch of dogs.
Never mind. Then. Not like that then. Ignore that. But yeah, wolf chimeras, I guess.
Okay, so then the next question is more direct towards Finn, but I assume this would need more intervention from everyone. What kind of practical effects are being prepared for this show?
Hey, good question. If it's a hunter in a forest, it's mainly forest setting.
Yes, very foresty.
Okay.
I'm thinking campfires. I'm thinking mist. I'm thinking wolf chimera abomination creatures. I'm
Thinking
thinking
lightning and spooky mood weather.
um
Um.
at some point that Argentinian cage thing that we have that I took and was like, hey, that's gonna be part of the play now.
Right. Yeah. I guess the cage. Oh. What kind of special effects would that be? Yeah. I guess. It seems we don't want to have a bonfire on stage, presumably. Probably something like that. Maybe creating foresty smells with magic to like get them in the atmosphere, that kind of thing. Maybe.
Audio cinema.
Yeah,
Host
or-
that plays the
Wolf
audience. next
abomination.
thing.
Or like,
Wow.
I don't know if there's a particularly dramatic scene in the woods that create some like falling leaf effects. And yeah, probably smoke. I don't know what do we have like spotlights that are like I don't know gas lamp spotlights, or are those also magic?
I mean,
I was
it's
hoping so.
yeah. I
I've been
think
doing
you would
magical
you would
spotlights.
definitely have it. I don't know if you'd have a lot remaining, so it might be like
Yeah.
you have one or two of these like specifically designed spotlights. One of
Mhm.
which is probably like on its way of
On the
becoming
fritz.
unusable. But you do
Um,
have some.
So there'll probably be some. We'll use the spotlights for the main thing where we can, and then extra, more dramatic-y lighting effects can be created by magic and like mirrors, smoke and mirrors, but also magic mirrors.
For the record,
that's kind
Ivan
of the
will always be providing his own spotlight magic.
obviously.
Oh,
He that's a role he always takes upon himself.
Yeah, that's that is presumed.
I don't know if
Um,
I've already established this. Ivan has cast himself in his own play, just for the record.
I mean,
I
obviously.
I didn't think you had to specify. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think that's
I wanted to
fair.
make sure.
I'm just
Wanted to
surprised
make
there's
sure.
other characters.
Yeah, honestly,
It's not just a 5 hour long Ivan monologue.
I've been playing every
It's just a
character.
one-man play.
Yes, it's a one cat play.
Yep.
A hot tin roof.
And then my question to Thandor. I think, speaking realistically, a lot of the troop will look up to you as their leader. So my general question to you is, how are you? Everyone in the troop is aware of the situation that you guys are in, and how this might potentially be the last show. So how are you organizing people, and how are you keeping up morale within the troop?
Oh, good. Nothing too deep. Just how am I making them feel financially secure? Uh, what's to say? What's classic middle management?
Pizza
Yeah.
party.
As a gen, but yeah, I've already given them a free meal
That's true. Okay, yeah.
because it's not on my dime, doesn't it? But yeah, I will be.
I guess I think more specifically is how are you going to ensure that the troop itself is paying attention during rehearsals and stuff like that? How are you like maintaining that enthusiasm?
Um, I'd be very much acting, I believe, as like a stage manager, like making sure everyone's ready, that they're ready to hit their cues on time, helping people practice their lines when I've got spare time. I don't know what else did Mr. Townsend used to do.
Honestly, your best role might be just like listening to other people like bitch about me, like being there for people like
Therapy.
You just there
Just
always to be
walk
like
10
"Hey,
meters
look,
behind
I know that was out of
Ivan
order.
and just go, sorry, sorry.
And behind Ivan, just with just shaking your head behind his back every time.
Making like
Every
making
time
like
you do a
a
performance, you get your criticism from Ivan, and you get a "I'm sorry" lollipop from Fandor. So you were a very brave boy to go to the dentist.
Yeah, honestly, you might. I think again, you're the popular one just by nature of how unpopular I am. And so I think your most useful role might just be like being there for people to like be like, what the fuck's wrong with Ivan? And you're like, look, I know, but like we've got to get through this, and thank you for putting up with him, and we'll make sure that you're compensated when the show happens.
Awesome.
That's kind of it. Just going, I know he sucks, but you're getting paid. I promise. I'm working really hard.
Okay, then as our first check, as our first like performance check in this new system,
Whoa.
I'm going to ask Ivan.
Mhm.
Well, I kind of just want you what will I ask? I will let you choose. I won't let you choose. You'll be rolling a presence.
That makes sense. I was hoping to.
Sandor, in this case, I'm gonna ask you to roll a. I think you're smoothing things over, so I'm gonna ask you to roll a composure.
Okay.
And then Flynn, I'm going to ask you to roll a. I think since this is your first run through, and this is more about your knowledge of the script, I will ask you to roll a knowledge in this case.
Okay.
You can add magic to that.
It's just halved.
Yes.
Alright.
Ivan, you can add act to yours.
Yes.
Sandor, I'm not sure which of your things might add to this, but I will, like, if you can argue for one, then that is fine.
Right.
The only
I
one I
have
could
rolled.
possibly think is just objection, just me just denying when Ivan goes, "You're absolutely shit. You're useless." And go, "No, you're not. You're fine."
Ivan's not that much of a Ivan's not that much of a task manager. Again, he thinks he's cool, so it's probably more like, look, what's her name, Juliana?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Listen,
yeah, I
Juliana,
don't
a
really
little
see
bit more
any
to
of
the
them
left.
flying.
No, your other left. Your other left. No, the lights. That is a maroon yellow. I need more of a opaque pink. Okay, the light is the wrong color.
Are you, are you trying to be oh god, what's his name from the Owl House? You know the one
Yes,
I'm
I
talking
am
about.
trying to be Adrian.
Aiden. That's the one.
Aiden surname. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
But again, no, because
You
he was
think you're
bitchy.
so
I've been
good that everyone else is just worse. You don't hate them, they're just worse than you.
also that, but also I think it's just like again pure obliviousness. Like I'm asking for things that don't make sense, but they make sense to me, but I can't articulate it well enough.
Fair enough.
Cool. Then I will ask each of you to roll those dice, and we will see the result.
I have
Please,
rolled.
Ivan, this is literally what you're good at. Please. Okay, I missed the track.
So,
Oh, it's not good. Oh no, it's very good. I lied.
Ooh.
Oh well, straight off the bat, that's on my own. I got a 15.
Oh shit.
okie dokie.
And I got
to be
an
fair, again,
8.
to be fair though,
I
that is
got
my
a
best
6.
stat, which is 3d6. So.
23,
So a 6 and an 8 and a 15.
Oh,
20,
sorry, a 14, because I halved the 2 on the
14.
next stack. So
Okay,
sorry,
20,
28.
28.
More than double DC.
Okay, I would probably push up that difficulty a bit.
Yeah.
I think that because what were you guys rolling for your stats?
I rolled a
like
knowledge,
2d6.
which is a 2d6, which is pretty
I
good
rolled
for
a
me.
2d4.
So yeah, we're rolling some of our best stats of like mine's my highest is 3d6, and then 2d6 and 2d4 is still pretty good. So I think that was just like a good. Like we're a theatre troupe. Acting is like what we're good at, but then
This
when it
is
comes to like
true.
other minutia things, it might be like more difficult. Like we'll run out of things to do by the end of the week, like by through crunch time and stuff like that. Like when I have to roll like strength and stuff, and like 1d4, it might be like a different
Yeah, if I
story.
have to roll a fucking presence, I'm dead.
Fair enough. Okay.
Good.
Given that,
28.
you have definitely succeeded by more than 7.
Yeah. Good job,
So,
gang.
I mean, despite the trouble that setting up the stage has been, and even if you're not fully set up yet, you still got to like set up the full tent around it and stuff. But the morale of the troop has been low so far. But as you kind of get back into doing what everyone is good at and has trained to do and wants to do, there is just a flow, like a zone that everyone enters. As despite this being your like very first run through of, I believe it is somewhat a new play. Um, Everyone kind of just seems on the ball. Sandor, you don't actually have to like help people remember lines that often. You have to cue people in, but like there is in this specific case, I think you find that being more hands off is more helpful to everyone, just because everyone is just doing what they need to do. So with this like dry run of your performance going so well, you gain 3 successes on your marker, so you're now up to 8.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Uh,
Pretty good.
yeah, and I think the like time basically flies. The sun like at this like it's not I think but when you were finished dealing with the field it was around 12 and it's getting towards like evening but still sun's high. It's getting slightly dusky. Um and yeah, everything just kind of goes well. Everything falls into place. Uh it's not like the effects aren't perfect because there's still some like fine tuning and organization that needs to be met, but the heart of the play, the purpose, like and the meaning of the play does get across. And does feel quite like I mean the play in general, it's what are the themes you're trying to convey with the play?
The themes are harmony with nature, and uh, not necessarily harmony of nature and balance with spirits.
I think being that a lot of the folk in the troupe are like are spirit blood of some nature. I think like even Juliana has like part like a nature spirit. You have like various other like you have Jezebella who is like a goat spirit born, stuff like that. A lot of the people do just gain a newfound respect for you. Well, not maybe newfound, but they've regained confidence in you.
Hmm.
Just through how well they relate to the play themselves. You have a great performance. And as you're kind of wrapping up your dry run, you do overhear like just slightly in the distance, a bit away from like the stage. Thandor, you kind of notice this initially just because you're like not directly acting. Um, you hear a couple of the people from the troupe that like you recognize their voice. Uh, who are we talking about? You recognize Michael, the like the big broad figure who isn't currently on stage, and you overhear like Marcus and they are in some sort of argument with voices you don't directly recognize immediately. And then like Ivan and Flynn, you also like eventually do also hear this like argument like ramping up slowly.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Turn away from the play and start to go investigate.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think for the time being, because we're in the middle of rehearsals, I'll let Thandor deal with it, and if things seem to be escalating, I'll then insert myself. But I'm on stage. I'm in a flow state.
Juliana, this part's simple. You can handle this.
I
And
wonder if
I'll
she
head
fucking
off
hates me.
before she has a chance to respond.
Yeah, she's like, hey, and then you're already out of there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Justice for
I'll go.
Juliana.
The two
I'll
of
go have a quick
you,
look.
Flynn and Thunder, the two of you see Marcus, who looks like they've maybe like fallen over or something. You see like a portion of their clothes like kind of dirtied with like mud. And then you see Flynn. You don't recognize the people they are arguing with. But I'm going to say Thandor, as you look over, as you get
Oh,
get
fuck
closer, um, you see these figures like turn towards you and kind of point to you as you see um, an avian figure. You see like this. Where are they? You see leading this group of three is a like almost dwarven like in stature, but they are very clearly like a stone like earthen spirit blood. You see a avian like bird folk spirit blood, and you see a halfling as the stone like spirit blood points over to you. You recognize this as a group under why am I forgetting names all of a sudden? You recognize these people as the Weasels or part of the Weasels.
Weasels.
And that's where we're going to end the session today.
I'll make sure to reread my backstory before next
You
session.
don't
shall
remember
I?
Freddy Fettuccine?
I remember Freddy Fettuccine, but I've really kind of forgotten most of them.
I
Who are the
don't know.
Weasels?
I don't know if you specified specific members of the Weasels, so I have these. These are people I've made up, but in character, Thandor would remember them.
Yeah, no, I figured as well. I did not really make an entire gang worth of NPCs. Like, didn't know how
Who are
much
the
they-
Weasels, may I ask?